So to flee forward is a saying in German, and I wanna summarize the examples that worked. So philosophy, which I do not know of another. I don't know another human soul. The closest was the philosophy like student in the flat we had in Basel. So now I didn't align it properly, but um, there will be 848, and then the next will be 850. 848 is this salute to Helvetia, so Switzerland, and 850 is something you don't find much on the clocks or counters. And that's like 300 years. Me and Bach were born 85, right? So I will discuss the elite challenge in English step by step. And well, I have some experience now. It doesn't really work. So it works surprisingly well if I just talk. But if I want to like explain a figure or something, I have to like reduce it to, well, 3 pictures or something like that. Luckily, I already tried that. So a language that is accessible to everyone. So like music should be, in theory, it isn't. But like paintings, well, you don't need to translate it to like Japanese language, right? And numbers, of course, like numbers is the origin of all all script. So initially it was just that you labeled. We have this many sacks of grains for this month, and then like accounting in that. That's how like the uh, like Sumerer or what the origin, like the old, so that this is how it starts, right? So but the like the requisitory lecture, so I use English because that's another shortcoming. So because I wrote this paper um, well, attempt with my parents, it is not in English, and that's on them. They are just not taking it serious, and they never published in English. So it's they probably could, but they never had to, and they never did um, at the VSL. And well, I got reminded because of this postdoc Capelli. So well, that's where my parents like worked, um, and I well, the problem is when it like becomes this like cult. So science would be one of the best paths to flee forward, but it's lost on them for the most part. They like I would no longer be able to afford, of course, as a secretary, but that's what I would need. So and it's not just a fourth. Like back then, the situation was that I have not the power to like give them or work together towards grades. And the problem is they are all about that, not like so non scole sed vitae discimus, right? So this is the one of the first one of the first sentences we translated in Latin, and like the meaning they tend to forget. So it's yeah. The so I just assume, like with the gymnasium, the matura, that we are ready. And up to this point, I can fully answer the questions. It's like most of it is more about this recording, for example, the beginning of the fifth suite. So there it was exactly that. So I was in Basel. I recorded this because like it was a Sylvester party, and I already back then I hated what they became, and like the ones I wanted to see were not even part of the party, of course. And so that's the content of this recording. It was that somehow it was like with no, it doesn't matter. Like I will not explain the. Those are my memories, and well, what happened is that I made for this recording. I made not just several attempts. I even used it with Martin Zeller to like so it was then like what I learned in the master class camp in Blone. So that's but it was enough that two neighbors, because it was like so on top there was the one of the biggest guitars, but modern guitars collectors, and then another that was the only. So she basically just the neighbor just basically came looking, and then she kind of wanted to play together, but she was not able to read like scores, and so I never felt like jamming without I just like and I'm not like but that was no fun at all. So like you should have switched. but it's the only that's the only time it was like that. So otherwise when I was to get together with like so she was not from our flat, but like yeah, so that never worked otherwise. But it is just like a painting. So when you made a recording yourself, you have those memories attached, and that's the problem when in science as well, when this becomes this cult that they forget what it is about, right? So that's but it's not an example that is accessible to everyone. So I don't remember if I have the screenshots here. No, that is too much. So I will just use the original folder. So this is the first thing I need to explain, which is actually in the trailer as well, in the anonymous trailer. I don't remember if it's the one on the homepage, where we added the car number of Pater Aaron. That was around when they visited. That was 2021, I guess. Where is the trailer? This is... No, this is the wrong version, in the sense that here we added this car number to the poker tables to show like what the amount is they are playing for. But what I didn't believe is the car number is Kanton Schwyz 777, so 4 sevens. And it's a very like old car number, so it's like his predecessor. So maybe it was already a registered vehicle when they were for a while it was actually the carriage with the horses, and now it's just like his car. Like, it's not really his car, but like the monastery. So one of the cars they have is this number, and it's not necessarily a lucky number, because like everyone notices this number, right? But he made a picture to, because I didn't believe it that, like, yeah. And now the question was, what is the... So this is the easiest like example everyone should know at the end of the gymnasium, but the reality is that's why they don't like those tests. So, for example, Dr. Capelli, she doesn't like to be tested. They like my mother. They don't wanna like. The problem is, the reality is that from the ones that made a bachelor in environmental science, there are probably more than half that wouldn't be able to use the result of a Fisher exact test, which is just a p-value for the most part. That's just the reality, and that's how it turned out. So it's at ETH, right? So that's just a tragedy. Like, you should never let them pass in a STEM field but they don't want to be tested like that. So a big part is that once they have their degree, they no longer want to be, and that's the same dynamics as with the cardinal or like a bishop. That's real dangerous, and it's for every professor, for every teacher. As soon as you stop like being interested in actually like improving, like learning something new, improve your like world vision, it's about as bad as a cult. Then it's no longer a healthy flight forward, right? So what is the likelihood you have? Well, it doesn't matter. Maybe we don't have the car number 4 zeros, but like on a digital clock, like this counter up here, right? We have four digits. Now, if like all 9 digits plus 0 are allowed, then it's just 10 per place, right? And so four times, so 10 to the power of 4 is 10,000. So to pick like the jackpot, the number 777 is, well, in this case it's you would need to exclude the cases, so because it's not 0000, also a car number is never 0001, I guess, but like that's like, well, a couple cases, so maybe a dozen cases. Nah, I don't even remember, like but it's roughly 1 in 10,000. Not just roughly, it's very close to that, right? Now, the difference is when you just allow times, then like with the counter, it's minutes and seconds. With the clock up there, it's 24 hours and 60 minutes. So instead of like 100 times 100 possibilities, it's 24 times 60 possibilities. And this sounds simple, but like if I had an exam at the gymnasium, like I would need to double check that stuff, right? So but I'm not prepared. It is for me this flight forward, because it doesn't work out with they all need proper management. They all need proper guidance, and they don't allow it, of course, because as long as they don't allow it, they can keep up those excuses. Now, in the case of like one, so Capelli became a postdoc, and then we have like Meret is now a professor at the EPFL in Lausanne. So like they do what they like. That's what they worked for. So I'm not gonna like. There is like it's not that I'm like it's not that I'm jealous, but like it's too late for that. For them it's too late, and I can't, like I understand that if you are like doing a PhD and whatnot, like you don't wanna be doing more research in your like free time. So that's just like, you don't know how like you always have to do what the supervisors ask you to, and you always have to publish in the field that the group is already publishing, and so you have way too much of this already. So they are the ones that probably would be the most talented are the most burned out. So you will not catch their attention now. And when there was an opportunity, I just had no, like, I tried. I once made we played Brahms in, so I made like a concert to, like, because I didn't know I didn't know the class at all, but that didn't work out. So there are very few, like, such connections left with, like, the, well, Krigu. So for the MATLAB exercise project, so there we had a perfect grade as well, but you had to present it, like, alone. So you worked on the code together, but, like, you had to do the presentation alone. And I don't, but like, it was definitely, so I got the perfect. I don't remember, but like, otherwise I was not often in the lectures, and well, then it's even worse than at the gymnasium. Like, you, yeah, it's not easy to make friends, like, at the university. That's just like, it's an illusion, and like, the problem is, again, that many, my mother as well, they do not go there because they really want to do an academic career and so on. They, for the most part, go there because it's a good opportunities to pick up a mate. It's just what it is, right? So, or that's a big reason for, yeah.